Yeah. Oh, shit. It's pretty windy today. I know why you clicked on this video. You were intrigued by the title, the thumbnail, my face, or probably more likely you were interested about the subject. So today we're gonna talk about the partnership between Ferrari and Pininfarina and what, in my opinion, made Ferrari Ferrari, and why modern Ferraris are just... I mean, they're not ugly. I wouldn't even know how to draw a circle if you give me a glass and a pen. Know what I mean? So yeah, they're still good looking, but are they as good looking as they used to be when Pininfarina was making the design? You see what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Ferrari. You know this brand, I know it, your dog and your girlfriend. Actually, let's stop for a moment. Let's talk about your girlfriend, shall we? You know what Claudia told me? Claudia told me that yesterday night, after a very stressful day at work, she was hoping to come back home and find a nice dinner that you cooked with love, maybe a romantic movie, candles, a couch ready for the two of you to cuddle, and Netflix ready to entertain the both of you for the rest of the night. You know what she came to? When she opened the door of your house, the apartment that she's paying because you have no money because you're unemployed. And guess what? Instead of actually applying for jobs online, the only thing that you do is use her computer to browse used sports cars on internet marketplaces. Sports car that you will probably be never able to afford. And you're sharing them with your friends. You know why I know this? Well, she told me, and I kind of do the same. It's my guilty pleasure. Let's get back to our story, shall we? The year is 1951. Imagine this. You, together with your father, and bear in mind you are 25 years old, freshly graduated from university, with a degree that actually gets you a job, not like, law. So, recently graduated in engineering, driving with your father to Tortona, which for those of you who don't know where Tortona is basically a city that is in between Modena and Turin. And guess what? The headquarters of Ferrari are in Turin and the headquarters of Pininfarina are in Modena. Hey, you thought I was stupid, huh? I was just checking out if you were actually paying attention to the video. It's the other way around. So, let's continue. You are Sergio Pininfarina and your father is Battista, the founder of Pininfarina. You're driving to Tortona because you're supposed to meet Enzo Ferrari in a trattoria to have lunch. What? I'm sorry. You don't know what a trattoria is? Are you serious? Are you actually being serious? My God. So your math teacher in high school was actually right. You will never amount to nothing. Nothing. This is probably why you're watching this video on the floor of your apartment. This is probably because you lost your couch while gambling on online crypto casinos. Am I right? Yeah, I'm right. Welcome to the club.
The boys and girls, this is a trattoria.
Thanks to me now you know what a trattoria is. Enjoying some rosso. Tortellini, you're eating a lot because you're in Italy. Primo, secondo, dessert, caffè, ammazza caffè, e chi più ne ha più ne mette, insomma, ci siamo capite, no? And your father and Enzo Ferrari come up with a brilliant idea. Hey, let's do some things together, you know? Business. I know how to draw cars, you know how to make good chassis and engines. Let's make it happen, baby. So yeah, that's where the whole story began. Thanks to that lunch, you can enjoy these. Oh my God. So from 1951, Pininfarina became basically the official plastic surgeon of Ferrari. No, my God, not Enzo Ferrari. Mike, what is wrong with you? No, I'm talking about Ferrari, the brand, not Enzo Ferrari. Enzo needs no plastic surgery. He's al bacio, al dente. Let's move forward a little bit, you know? Let's actually talk about these cars. So look at these. Look at these. These cars make you build enough confidence to actually start unbuttoning the buttons of your shirt to show your hairy chest. Yeah, I know, maybe you have no hair on your chest. I have very little, but, you know, still pretty good, right? I mean, what else can you want from life, you know? So, Pininfarina was able to... Pininfarina was able to... Pininfarina took Ferrari, brought it inside of the most expensive tailor that you could even imagine, and wrapped it in the most expensive cashmere. Imagine the most expensive tailor you have back at home. And you always pass by it and you say, one day I'm gonna be able to afford a full cashmere suit because why not, you know? I've worked hard for myself, I'm successful. Or maybe I just want to be in more debt and just go to the bank, ask for another loan and then just go inside of that. That's what I would do because, you know, I'm a sucker for debt. So, let's move on in time a bit, shall we? Let's keep it short. I know your attention span is pretty low, just like mine, so it's quite cold. Let's go to the 80s. Picture this. You grow a fat mustache, like the most beautiful mustache you could think of. You live in a pretty warm place, so you can... This button right here, just undo it for me. There you go. So I was saying, you come back from Vietnam, you were actually a US military officer, and you lost all of your money in Vietnamese food startups that were all a failure, one after the other. After the other, after the other. So what do? It's pretty simple. You pretend to be an expert in safety and you get hired as head of security for some rich man's villa, and perks, you get to drive his Ferrari. Well. Who are we talking about? Magnum P.I. Magnum P.I. used to drive a Ferrari 308. Ferrari 308, shall we talk about it? Yeah. I have pretty bad memory. I need to read this because I know it, but I just don't want to make mistakes because I don't want to get bullied from people that I don't even know in the comment section down below this video. So I took notes. Ferrari 308, keep it Italian. Ferrari 308 is pushing a 3-liter V8 naturally aspirated, pushing 250 horsepower. This is good for 0 to 60 time or 0 to 100 in more or less, let's say 6 seconds, and at 250 kilometers an hour top speed. How much is it in miles per hour? I don't know. I'm gonna write it down here so you... Okay. Why don't I know? Because I'm lazy, I'm Italian. It's starting to be time for aperitivo. In order to make my point, I could sit here in this forest until the sun goes down, I get lost, I need to call a helicopter to save me, because I would be wasting a lot of time listing all of the beautiful cars that Pininfarina designed for Ferrari. Not only for Ferrari, I mean, let's open a parenthesis. We are in the pinnacle of the Montezemolo era, and you know, this guy knew how to deliver a product that is actually extremely sporty, classy, elegant, timeless. Yeah. The 5th generation of Quattroporte actually came out in 2003. It's been 22 years now. To be honest, the facelift of the Quattroporte, the one that I think came out in around 2008, that, especially the Quattroporte Sport GTS, is, in my personal opinion, humble. Again, I don't know how to do anything. It's taking me 1 hour and a half to film this video. Yeah. The Quattroporte Sport GTS, in my opinion, is the most beautiful sedan ever designed. Ever. The car is so beautiful just by standing there, and it's not even turned on. Once you turn it on, actually, and you hear the engine, that 4.7 naturally aspirated V8.
That noise. That was a Maserati Quattroporte. I suspect it's the GTS model.
Oh my god, do you even need to buy drugs at this point? Oh, sto di vento, porca. Proprio oggi. So I could stay here listing all of the beautiful cars that Pininfarina designed for Ferrari, and of course not only Ferrari, but we're talking about Ferrari and Pininfarina partnership. So if you allow me, we already diverted the subject with the Maserati Quattroporte. So I could be sitting here with you listing all of the beautiful cars, but I'm just gonna give you my personal list of best Ferraris ever designed. Yet again, it's my personal opinion. If you have a different one, let's share our passion.
So before I begin sharing with you the list of my personal favorite Ferraris, I just wanted to tell you a fact that I think it's pretty cool. After coming back from the meeting with Enzo Ferrari, Battista decided to give his son Sergio, who again was only 25 years old at the time, he decided to put him in charge of the relationship between Pininfarina and Ferrari. Of course, this wasn't exactly the news that Enzo Ferrari was looking forward in the beginning, so you can say he wasn't actually the happiest man on earth. But with time, Sergio was able to gain Enzo's trust and respect. Ferrari 288 GTO. Well, we're talking about, 400 horsepower, so since we're having a twin-turbo V8, it's enough to make you wet your pants even more than the first time you saw Monica Bellucci. This car is the equivalent of taking Magnum P.I.'s 308 and living it a couple of years in Dagestan.
Send him 2-3 years Dagestan and forget.
Ferrari F40, well, yet again, twin-turbo V8, 478 horsepower. Can you smell that? The smell of turbolag and the tears of your family members crying at your funeral. It's okay, you died a pretty happy individual. Ferrari Testarossa, Miami Vice, usual things. 4.9, flat 12, 290 kilometers an hour top speed. Oh my god, it's not as fast as the F40. Yeah, but it's fast enough to outrun your mother after she came back from the teacher's meeting? Or am I wrong? Ferrari F355. I still remember seeing this car for the first time on Top Gear. And at that moment, I started understanding Nathaniel on the Learning Channel.
My name is Nathaniel, I'm 27 years old and I'm in a serious relationship with my car.
Ferrari 456 GT. This, in my opinion, could be considered as the classiest kind of modern Ferraris ever designed. 2+2 Ferrari. Look at it this way, you can finally save up money instead of buying condoms for up to 2 children. Or, as an alternative, you can just kidnap 2 children and drive them around a bit. And even if the police catches you, their parents will never press charges on you after finding out what car you were driving. Ferrari FF? Well, this was pretty famous for being a kind of 4-wheel drive Ferrari. So, let me put it this way. This car is comfortable enough to take you and your family to Gstad for a nice skiing weekend in total safety, until you put it into 5th gear. So if you want to actually get to Gstad, don't put it into 5th gear. Ferrari F12 Berlinetta. This is the last car that Pininfarina designed together with Ferrari. So yeah, I had to put it in the list. And 730 horsepower? Yeah, I still remember the first time that I saw a review of this car. I had to rewatch the part where they were talking about the power of the car because I thought they made a mistake. Yeah, Makes me a bit sad. But look at it. Come on.
So, you see what I'm trying to say? Let's just take two examples of the list that I gave you before. The Ferrari FF and the F12 Berlinetta. Now take the Ferrari FF and compare it to the GTC 4 Lusso. Do the same thing with the F12 Berlinetta and the A12 Superfast. You see what I mean? Actually, let me rephrase my question. Can you feel what I mean? Modern Ferraris, in my opinion, they're very nice cars. They're good looking, but they're not beautiful. So, to me, Pininfarina Ferraris are like classical music. Picture yourself putting on some earphones, putting on your favorite symphony, and you can watch at whatever it is that you're watching, and your mind just starts going places. You start feeling different types of emotions, and these emotions are not driven, they are free. You stand beside a Pininfarina Ferrari, but your mind starts going places. You start wondering, you start imagining, you start feeling something because of the way it looks from different angles. Modern Ferraris are like movies. How do you feel emotions while watching a movie? You have to watch it, and your emotions are driven by the movie. You're crying because of a certain scene, you're laughing because of a certain scene. So you actually need to turn it on, drive it, and then you start feeling emotions, in my opinion. So the thing about Pininfarina cars in general, and Ferraris especially, is that just like classical music, they are able to make you feel different types of emotions just by standing there. Looking at them is just enough to feel something. Modern Ferraris, on the other hand, are like movies. I'm not saying that movies are bad, I mean, my God, it took me quite a while to explain. I need to write down a better script for my next video, yeah. Anyway, do me a favor. The next time you're in Italy and you happen to pass by Tortona, stop your car, get inside of a church, light a candle. Because thanks to that city, extraordinary people were able to meet up and change history forever. I'm sure that in 50 years or 60 years, if we haven't destroyed our planet with nuclear weapons, yeah, there are pretty high chances of that. People will still look at these Ferraris and say, my God, think about this. Explore your emotions, don't be shy, and save up some money and buy beautiful cars. Have some fun, please. It's all I'm asking you. What I'm also asking you is to like this video, subscribe to my channel. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't be bothered to ask you more. I'm wearing loafers in a forest.